Yo, yo, yo. Hey, yo, what's good to all my heroes and villains out there? It's your boy, LC. Guys, check it out. We're about to check out the trailer, which dropped. I'm guessing it probably dropped today because I don't remember seeing anybody talking about this yesterday or anything like that. But we have the trailer to the Halloween's video game. So I want to go ahead and check this out, see what this is all about. I'm wondering if it's gonna be like as crazy and I don't think it's gonna be scary, but like crazy like the actual movies. You know, the movies that be this dude be murking people left and right, knives, machetes, hatchets, all that crazy stuff that we see in the movies. So I wonder how he's gonna be portrayed in the game, and if you're just a character and he's the bad guy that you gotta run from, or if you're actually Michael Myers, and I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out right now. Check it out before we get started. Do me a solid. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button. It will let you know when I have all types of videos coming your way. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and check this trailer out to the Michael Myers. So let's see. Holy moly, right there, huh? Like in the first 5 seconds, they yo, that already looked crazy. Yo, let's check it out.
Multiplayer in Halloween is a 1v4 asymmetrical horror experience that pits the residents of Haddonfield against the shape of pure evil, Michael Myers. In this quintessential slasher simulator, our playable cast of civilian characters desperately attempt to save their neighbors and themselves from the omnipresent boogeyman, while Michael fixates on stalking and slaying his targets. Halloween provides familiar elements fans of the genre know and love, but we're incredibly excited to pull back the curtain and unveil more details that demonstrate our commitment to delivering our most robust, dynamic, and terrifying multiplayer offering yet. Michael Myers is a creeping, methodical killer, and on Halloween night, Haddonfield becomes his hunting ground. The boogeyman's primary desire is to eliminate every living resident in this quiet town, but he also begins each match with a list of special targets that supply greater rewards if killed before time expires. These unfortunate residents are positioned across various sites in the map, and Michael players are empowered to use their nightmare suite of abilities to locate, terrorize, and ultimately execute their victims and anyone bold enough to interfere with their bloodthirsty ambitions. Killer Sense allows players to step behind the mask and stalk the residents of Haddonfield. When using this skill and entering the first-person perspective, Michael becomes aggressively aware of his surroundings and the proximity of potential prey. By focusing on targets with murderous intent, Michael builds varying levels of stalk, which aid him in identifying and tracking targets and open increasingly satisfying options for executions. An effective killer always keeps their victims unaware of their presence until those final fatal moments. While historically Michael Myers isn't known for his speed, fundamental abilities like shape jump amplify the shape's mobility with hauntingly unpredictable results. In shape jump, Michael slips into the shadows to move around environments unseen. Not only does this increase Michael's base movement speed, but it also provides access to other powerful traversal options, including Shape Dash, which sends Michael lunging forward with violent momentum. Shape Jump is confidently one of the most powerful tools at Michael's disposal, and supplies unlimited possibilities for iconic jump scare moments.
Stay cool.
However, that potency comes with a few major caveats. Our masked antagonist can only enter and exit Shape Jump while in the cover of darkness or outside a resident's line of sight. The light may provide temporary reprieve for the residents of Haddonfield, but Michael can work to remove sources of illumination by shutting off lights, cutting power, and even catalyzing temporary blackouts. Despite the unquestionable malevolence of Michael Myers, his horrifying homecoming to Haddonfield won't be welcomed without resistance. As the body count climbs and evidence of the boogeyman's presence becomes undeniable, local authorities residents and distinct playable civilians may decide to gather weapons and face off against evil itself. Thankfully, Michael knows his way around sharp objects and will have multiple options for melee combat encounters. And if especially persistent Haddonfieldites do manage to get the upper hand in an exchange, don't worry.
How the hell?
It's not possible.
We've said it once, and we'll say it again. You can't kill the boogeyman. While Michael swiftly endeavors to turn Haddonfield into a graveyard, our heroic group of civilian characters desperately attempts to save their neighbors and escape the boogeyman's bloodthirst. As a civilian, it's up to you to find fellow Haddonfield residents, convince them of his malicious intent, and guide them safely to one of several possible randomized escapes located around the map before they meet an untimely end. This distinctive cast of playable civilian characters each comes equipped with unique stats, special traits, and signature personalities. To ensure no two matches of Halloween play out the same, our team has constructed a vast playground of possibilities in Haddonfield, offering civilians a multitude of diverse gameplay systems to aid them in achieving their objectives and surviving the night. As civilians navigate these environments, they'll uncover points of interest, revealing resident NPCs, lootable containers, hiding places, telephones, possible escape routes, and more. Thoroughly and cautiously exploring your surroundings could very well mean the difference between life and death. And when death comes to your little town, it's probably not a bad idea to head to your neighbors and contact the local authorities. Civilians are tasked with tracking down surviving residents and warning them of the looming threat. Successful conversations with residents can permit civilians to request additional calls to police, commands to find secure hiding places, or companionship as they navigate the formerly peaceful streets of Haddonfield.
Should we stick together? Maybe we're better as a team.
Whether it's a local family friend or the authorities, there's safety in numbers. Once the innocent residents of Haddonfield have been located and persuaded, it's time for the civilians to plan their harrowing escape. Lootable containers scattered throughout the map contain weapons, distractions, and key items that can be used to unlock and access a variety of possible escape routes. The location of these items and escapes changes from match to match, so civilians greatly benefit from adjusting their strategies based on the objects uncovered. It's also worth noting that initiating these escape sequences generates a tremendous amount of noise, which will alert Michael to your exact location. So what happens in the likely event that a civilian becomes another display of Michael's wretched, inhumane nature? Well, their Haddonfield story isn't over just yet. Even in death, they can support their friends and even return as a sheriff's deputy or the unrelenting Dr. Loomis. Once they've re-emerged upon the streets of Haddonfield, they can cooperate with the remaining civilians and responding officers to try and put a stop to Michael's murderous rampage.
Freeze where you are, Michael. You're coming with me.
While he can't be killed, with enough community resistance, the proper equipment, and sheer manpower, he can be detained and shipped back to Smith's Grove Sanitarium. Halloween is a legendary film with a genre-defining legacy, and our mission has been to bring the film's unsettling sense of dread to our asymmetrical horror sandbox. By empowering players to control the tension and stage the scares, we're building a multiplayer experience designed with replayability at the forefront. We'll have more details to share regarding character progression, character traits, customization, proximity chat, and more thrilling gameplay features in the coming months. But we can't wait for all of you to join us when Halloween launches on September 8th, 2026.
Wow. September 8th, 2026. Yo, you would think this game comes out in Halloween. You know what I mean? Or at least in October. You know? You dropping it early September. Me personally, I would have been like, yo, we're dropping this game on Halloween. You know? But, yo, man, let me know what you guys think about this. Yo, this looks freaking bugged out. You know what I mean? Like back in the days, back in the Nintendo days, you know what I'm saying? You would play a game like Halloween. You would be like just some random character running from Michael Myers. I was gonna say Jason, from Michael Myers. You know what I mean? In this case, man, you're him. You're Michael Myers. I mean, you could be one of the other characters as well, but you're literally Michael Myers taking people out the most bloodiest way. I mean, that looked bugged out though. That looked crazy. yeah, I if this game comes out, like mainly I play my games on the computer, so like either through Steam or the Xbox Game Pass. So if it comes out for either or, I might a single player or multiplayer horror experience. I might just be able. I might just pick this game up, man, just to check it out. I ain't even gonna front, you know. I'm just surprised it didn't come out for at least minimum October, you know. But yeah, I would have been I would not have been surprised if they would have said, "Yo, the game drops on October 31st." I would have been like, "It makes perfect sense." You know what I mean? But early September, hey, it's all good. At least we'll be able to have the game. I'm sure that you're gonna have people playing this game on October, like what I mean, on Halloween. Like, oh man, what's the game to play to stream on Halloween? You start streaming this Halloween game. I wonder if it's a long game. Nowadays games ain't even that long. You know what I mean? So I hope it's not a short game neither. That's like my one of the things I hate when I'm playing games. You know what I mean? That the game is too damn short. But I hope it's a pretty long game. But yeah, man. Yo, that looks. I did not expect that, yo. Like especially like the first 5 seconds when it shows you stabbing and smashing the head, and I was like, yo, hold up. But yo, guys, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Yo, this game is a plus for me. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna front. I'll probably pick it up September 8th. I'm sure it'll probably drop for Steam. I mean, most of the games I play on Steam. Like when I got the Resident Evil Requiem, I picked that up for Steam. You know what I mean? I mean, most of the games I'll pick up for Steam. Depending if they don't have it there, I'll probably, if it's like free on Game Pass, I'll play it on my Game Pass. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, this would be dope to have on Game Pass. At least for let's say they add it on Game Pass for free, man, that'll be dope as hell. Then I won't have to buy it. It'll be right on Game Pass for free. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts on this. I did not expect this game to be like that. It looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, you're actually Michael Myers taking people out, and like that whole shadow thing to go faster with the speed. That's actually pretty dope. Because we all know that just like Jason, I mean, these guys walk slow as hell, and then you could be running like 100 miles an hour, and then they'll just pop up right behind you. You're like, man, how in the hell did you catch up so fast? You know what I mean? But that whole shadow thing with the speed, that's pretty dope. I like that. I like that. But yo, let me know your thoughts, man. I most likely will be picking this up, either Steam or Game Pass, whatever. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious about this one. Alright, but yo, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Also, guys, if you guys want to check out the collection, make sure to follow us, Heroes and Villains Collectibles, on Instagram, and make sure to check out the other videos. Once again, if you guys like what you're seeing, do me a solid. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell. It'll let you know when I got all types of videos, unboxings, gaming streams, all that cool stuff. Alright, smash that like button. It does help out the channel. So, this was dope. This was awesome. This has been another episode of Heroes and Villains Collectibles. I'm your boy, LC. Till next time, guys. Peace.